Hi everyone, today we're going to look at a bit more ephemera, so this is day 4 and we're going to look at some things we can do with our end papers. So first off I want to just thin them down so I know that they're going to fit. It's just taking a slice off the edge. We can save this for something else and we can save this one for something else. Now this first one, we're just going to find the middle and cut it down the middle. So mine, so roughly 19 would be 9.5, so halfway through that line there. So these are going to become pockets. So once again using my rough idea of the size for the signature, they're going to fit across the page, and what we're going to do is just do a little bit of decoration. Now I'm going to continue using this because I want some uniformity with the size, and I'm just going to cut 2 strips that are 2 centimetres. And that are the same, that'll fit along there, okay? So one more 2 centimetre strip. And here's my glue book. Okay, so we're just putting some glue on the back. As this is paper to paper, glue stick works perfectly well. Get off that excess. And then we're just trimming the edge. And the same again with this one. So this is of course another way we recycle parts of the book. Now another thing we can add to pretty it up if we want to is a little bit of lace. Now you will need a sturdier glue if you're going to use lace. So a fabric glue, one of the ones a lot of people use is Fabric Fix. It's a clear silicone glue. Requires a little bit of ventilation. I often, when I've done my gluing with the Fabric Fix, I often have to open up my room and go and have a walk outside for a bit. The other thing about the Fabric Fix is that it sticks really quickly, so there's, well, you've got a bit of time you can move it, so you can peel it a bit off, but it really holds it strong once it's on. Other glues that are like Fabric Fix are 3-in-1. They're actually the same glue, they've just got different names in different countries. Okay. So if we've got a white page and this is stuck on, this is going to give us a little place we can put things in. So once again, I am going to make a little notch. You might come up with a little use for some of these. I don't know. Sometimes I think about using them, and other times I think, well, it's just going out. Dark one, ganache. This one's so stays on is a permanent ink and alcohol based, or solvent based probably is what I should say, because that can cover a range of things. And using stays on or any other permanent ink means that you could watercolour over the top if you wanted to. You could use it in mixed media pieces, all kinds of things. And now they do dry out, so they do need to be re-inked, and that's why we try to, once we've finished, we try to put the lid on. Okay, so once again, the inking around is optional. You might find that you like it on some pieces and you don't want it on other pieces. Some people ink on everything, some people don't ink at all, and really it's just, in the end, it's a personal choice. How do you want your page to look? Are you making it distressed? Are you making it more for more antique-y looking? Do you want to use a colour around the edge to distress to make it look brighter? So this is what you would do. You would either glue these down, and we'll get to it later, either glue them down or you can sew them down, and then you've got a pocket to put some cards in. So that's one thing to do with the end papers. So what else can we do? Now this end paper has a picture, and I really like this picture. So I'm kind of contemplating, let me have a look, that this could be a little card. Now I've mainly, with the ephemera, I've been focusing on pockets and envelopes. Today this is the start of looking at tags. So this is going to be too wide to fit in there, but we don't want to lose this picture on the back. This is my personal way of doing it. Everyone else is going to, obviously, if you're working in your own book, you're going to have your own little end papers. You might not have end papers. You might be just saying, well, I'm just going to make up my end papers. If you have a different paper, of course, you're not going to have this same sort of thing happening. So that's okay. You can still make these out of your coloured paper. You could be using your sheet that you've chosen for your book as your end papers. If you've got a couple of these sheets, they can go all the way through the book. You can use them for lots of different bits and pieces. So with mine, with the little triangles that I've cut out, this uniformity will go throughout the book. And so these blend really nicely. Okay, so because I'm interested in keeping this picture, I've got to work out what size I'd like. So you could have a card where this is at the front poking up, but you're not necessarily going to want that. I'm preferring that I would like to see a bit of this in my journaling card. So I could, because I'm using this side, it's not going to matter whether I'm cutting a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom to fit it onto the page, to fit it into the pocket without poking up out the top. But however, I would prefer to cut more from the bottom, just simply because then I've got another bit of this paper to use. So using my cutting mat, which has the handy dandy squaring up system. The only thing that is an issue with this is it's quite thin, so it's not really exactly a journaling card, but there are ways that we can get around that as well. In terms of a journaling card being a bit thicker and easier to put in and out of those pockets. But there will be something we can do with that later that will help that. Okay, so for now, this is going to go into here. We'll come back to that. Now another thing we can do using this is what's called a belly band, where we glue one bit down and then we glue one bit down over here, and then it works as a pocket as well. But these are things that we'll do later when we've sewn our signature together. So I'm going to, for now, collect these little bits. And that gives you something to do. And I've just got one more thing. While we're talking about uniformity, with our little triangles, this is something that you can choose to do. So it's not something that you have to do. These are just ideas. So I'm going to do this because I love it. And it adds another layer of interest. Okay. So as you can imagine, if this is in the book, this will actually reinforce that tuck spot. Just cut the edge off. And there we've got another addition to our little triangles. We'll come back for day 5 tomorrow, and hopefully you're enjoying the series and learning new things. You can use whatever you like. It's up to you. I probably should have said at the very start that the way that I'm doing this is giving you a little simple idea for the day, and then you can run with that for the rest of the day. Play to your heart's content. What we're doing is building up our little stack of things, and then we are going to have them to put together at the end. Okay, so that's day 4, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you for day 5 tomorrow. Bye.